Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Weight Loss Center. Sports fitness, meditation, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same protocol, man. All the same thing. Now, hang on a second. Meditated this morning for well over an hour. Just got in from my workout down at the ball field. Threw about 70 pitches. Started raining, so I came home. This 8 bananas, handful of dates, and water is maybe the best recovery drink you can possibly put in your system. That's part of how you fix AROLDIS, CHAPMAN. These guys don't know what they're doing. They so blatantly don't know what they're doing. Anyway, I'm watching the game yesterday. I'm a Mets fan. And once again, AROLDIS, CHAPMAN completely 100% lost. This is one of the greatest pitchers, probably Hall of Fame. Greatest relief pitchers of all time. An absolute national treasure from Cuba. And got booed out of the place. Couldn't get anybody out. Got booed out of the place. That is what it has come to. Now, guys, and the Yankees have no idea. This has been going on downhill decline for the last couple of years. And the Yankees have no idea what to do about it. Quite frankly, I'm the only one that does. Sound a little arrogant? Who cares? You're wrong. Before you go off, click this off, some arrogant senior citizen tool. Just know that this senior citizen tool can throw 90 miles an hour every single day. Why? Because I have cracked the code. I have figured out what no pitching coach or no strength and conditioning coach has been able to figure out, and that is how to make pitchers throw harder and never hurt their arm. How did I do that? About 12 years ago, I finished my doctoral dissertation. It was called True Power Pitching. And I developed a protocol, 100%, anything from a little league kid to a 33-year-old struggling relief pitcher will get an immediate spike in their velocity and will never hurt their arm. It's a fact. Now, back then, couldn't get arrested. Couldn't get arrested. This is a retired school teacher who says, well, I got some really cool ideas. Nobody listened to me. So I said, I have to go out and do it myself and show them. How many years later? I could throw 90 miles an hour and never hurt my arm. Now, I am closing in on 70 years old, guys. And if I am throwing 90 miles an hour, how in the world is AROLDIS, CHAPMAN, and these other freaks of nature not throwing 110? Now they're throwing slower than they ever had before. All these morons that don't know what they're talking about are telling you that they're throwing harder. The middle relievers are coming in and throwing 100 miles an hour. They're not. They're not. The Jugs company came out with an article about 4 or 5 years ago. Okay? Now the Jugs gun is what Major League Baseball uses to calibrate velocity. Okay? And they've been the only company, the only gun that's been used since the inception in 1974. And they came right out and said, in 1974, they calibrated the speed 2 feet in front of home plate. That's when Nolan Ryan was throwing 103. You know, Tom Seaver was throwing 101. Bob Gibson, I mean, forget it. Okay? Now, nowadays, they calibrate the velocity as the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. Now, the Jugs people say it The ball dissipates, depending on who's throwing. The velocity dissipates from the time it leaves its hand to the time it gets 2 feet in front of the plate, as much as 4 to 6 miles per hour. So somebody that's coming out of the bullpen and throwing 98, 99, 100 today is really only throwing 94, 95 how many years ago? And Nolan Ryan, who set the record in Detroit for 103 miles an hour, was probably throwing closer to 110 by today's calibrations. They're not throwing 100 by the old standard. Okay? Now, here's the deal. AROLDIS CHAPMAN, if you look at him when he came up as a rookie, the guy is 6'4", he weighed about 185 pounds when he came up as a rookie. An absolute twig, throwing 100 plus every single day and completely 100% untouchable. Okay? Look at him now. He's still 6'4", but he weighs about 250. He is chock full of steroids. Don't tell me that's natural. Don't tell me that's natural. He is chock full of steroids, and he has completely transformed his body into Giancarlo Stanton instead of an actual pitcher. He looks like a freak show from the World Wrestling stuff. Now, big macho man, he's going to throw harder. He's got bigger muscles. That doesn't make you throw harder. What it does is it completely, 100% inhibits your range of motion, your torque, which is taking all that bite off his breaking pitch, his slider, as well as the velocity. Now, also, these clucks, and him especially, is on a ridiculous high protein diet that is completely 100% an inflammatory diet that is wreaking havoc with his joints, his muscles, his tendons, his ligaments. He can't recover as fast. That's it. He can't work out as hard. If he had the True Power diet, fruit, vegetables, starches, grains, legumes, corn, rice, peas, potatoes, he would complete, well, first of all, we'd get him off the roids. And that would be a problem. Because quite frankly, most of these guys are literally addicted to steroids. And we would never let him touch a conventional weight again. Never. That is absolutely 100% the worst thing any pitcher could do. Not only AROLDIS CHAPMAN, but a little league kid, a high school kid should not touch a conventional weight. Now, I'm not saying they should not increase their strength. Strength, flexibility, endurance, and energy are the 4 things that you need to be a great athlete. Not just a pitcher, a great athlete. Okay? Now, energy, considering the high protein diet he's on, his energy goes down the tubes. He's living on coffee, he's living on Red Bulls, he's living on 5-hour energy drinks, which is just straight caffeine, and probably even more, modafinil, Ritalin, the whole 9 yards. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to go. Guys, they're junkies. They're junkies. Now, we would ease him off all the drugs, get all his energy from the proper food sources. He would recover in a week. In 1 week of my protocol, he would be a marked improvement. Considering what he's done to his body, it might take as much as a year to get him back to where he should be. But in the interim, he is still getting better and better and better. He dropped 40 pounds easily. Now, he's not an 18-year-old kid anymore, so he should weigh more than the 185 when he came up. He should, 6'4" should be closer to 200 pounds. Low 200 pounds. Okay, 250 is way too much for him to be carrying around. It's a matter of time until he has knee trouble. But anyway, he's 33 years old. He's got another 10 years. Not 15 years by my protocol. Scientifically proven. Got A+ on it too. My doctoral thesis, True Power Pitching, guys, it works for AROLDIS CHAPMAN, myself, and anybody. If somebody at my age can throw 90, he should be throwing 110. It's as simple as that. And everybody else should have unlimited velocity, unlimited endurance, and never hurt their arm. I'm the only one in the whole world that has figured this out. I have several books, 100 plus mile per hour pitchers, kettlebells for pitching. That is where every athlete, not just the pitcher, every athlete should be getting their strength, flexibility, and endurance from. Kettlebell training. I can put you on a regimen today. Contact me at the email at the end of this video, and I'll get you going on the life of 100 plus mile per hour and never hurt your arm. Eat and drink your fruits, vegetables, and starches, and live your life with true power. Love you all.